welcome to my little mermaid folio that I've called Song of the Sea, but you get a few options for titling there. And we've got this, my glue's not dry, look at that. We've got this lovely little closure that closes behind these pearls here on the front. Isn't that just so pretty? And then we'll open it up. We've got a little sentiment there, the little mermaids and a little star decoration. And inside our folio, we've got this little purse. And inside the purse, we've got 4 little coins, 2 on either side. And they've got fish and seahorse themed images on them. That's that, our little purse. They're obviously little tags with writing space on the back. Next up we have our little mermaids, and we've got 2 little mermaids, and these little mermaids are designed to act as little page markers. Let's take a piece, a little bit of a spoiler there for a future project that's coming up. And they're 2-sided, so they will act as a hidden paperclip if you like, or as a paperclip, and they'll sit on top of your page and mark whatever page you want to mark on your reading book, on a recipe book, on a notebook, whatever you want. That's what they're for. Brilliant. Then we've got this little bit of whimsy, and it's a seashell, and inside our lovely, lovely seashell we've got not a hermit crab as you might expect, but a little axolotl, and he's got a writing space on the back. Isn't he pretty, or she? Absolutely lovely. There we are. Then we've got a very simple folding card with writing space inside that is this jar of shells. And last up we've got our ocean friends, and we have got some words here that I haven't used, and we can open this piece up in an accordion fold, and we've got all these beautiful seahorses. The back is blank, so you've got good writing space there, and you can stand this piece up, makes a nice little display piece. So there we go, that is the contents of this gorgeous little seashell, which I'm calling Song of the Sea, but you could call it one of the other words if you want to. Right, come with me, let's see how we put it together. All my bits and bobs are cut out, all looking beautiful. There are 2 pages in the kit, plus a 3rd page for reverse printing the 2 pages with all the bits and bobs on. And as usual, I'm on 250 grams throughout. Let's make a start. So I'm going to begin with my main folio, which is this beautiful shell. And I've got 2 scores to make on this blue band here, either side of the 2 shells. And then that's going to fold plain side to plain side. Well, it's not plain, but you know what I mean. There we are, and there is the beautiful little folio. Now we've got a closure somewhere. Let's bring all these back into play. I've got a little starfish here. I've also got a little star. I've got a bigger starfish. There we are, that was the one I intended. But I've also got a couple of little stars and another little starfish I can have a play about with. Now my idea for the closure is to fold this piece in half, maybe not in half, let's have a look. I want to make a slit in this. Let's do that now. Where the pearls meet the shell. So the top of the pearls, I don't think I'm going to go round in a fussy line like that, because I think that'll drive me mad and I might not make a good job of it. So I'm just going to cut a straight line in the middle through there, just wider than this tab here. Just noticing I haven't inked any of these pieces. And go a little wider on either side. That's quite wide now. There we go, and I'm popping that in there. Okay, so I want to allow about that much, a fair amount, enough, and then I'm going to close up my folio, line up the 2 shells, fold this piece over the top, and that piece I'm going to glue onto the reverse of this shell here, and that's going to make me closure. The glue's not coming out, guys. There it is. There we go, that's my closure. I'm going to leave that in place, and I wanted to decorate that either with a little star or with a starfish. I do quite like that one on there. Go on, let's pop that on. I'm not going to glue all of it, I'm just going to glue the centre. And I'm being mindful just to allow one of the, what do you call a starfish's spokes? A spoke, a leg, an arm, I think. Just stick that there like that. So that is our folio done. We've got a pocket to go in it. So whilst that's drying, I'll score and fold my pocket. So I've got 2 scores on either end, and I've got this one here, which I usually end up doing with a craft knife because it's a bit of a fiddly space. Can't get it in. And I want to get it straight. Come on, you can do this, Emma, you can do this. There we go. I normally do it with the reverse of a craft knife and a ruler, but not today. So these pieces, these little tabs and the gusset for your pocket are going to fold to the inside. Like that. We'll go back to our folio. Hopefully this has had enough time to dry now. I'm just going to very gingerly open this. There we go. Right, here's my pocket. Doesn't that look nice? Should we get a bit of ink on there? Because I'm not going to have a chance after I've got it on, really. Pop a bit of ink on. Just on the top, just to lose that white edge. Don't mind about the other bits. And then on the reverse of our pocket, that is now forming a box shape. And if you make my interactive folios and my mini interactive folios, you'll know all about this by now. You won't really need to watch this bit. But I'm happy to keep you company while you put yours together. Right, so making sure that we don't impinge on the fold here. We're just going to go just above that gusset fold. And don't you just know you're an adult when you can say gusset without even chortling? And stick that in place. I usually like to let my glue go tacky so that I can have an instant grab and I don't have to hold it down. But I seem to have not done that today. And then a tool inside to make sure those little tabs are sticking down. There we go. Pockets on. Here's the closure. That just goes in there like that. And this little bit of arm that we didn't glue down, but is just poking over the pearls there. It's just a nice little detail. Right, that's the folio. Very happy with that. It looks beautiful. Doesn't that look gorgeous? Right, let's move on. Next up, we've got this cute little coin purse. So you need these 2 pieces. So go ahead and locate those. And you've got 4 coins. And you've got this sweet little purse here. And I'm just going to fold this in half. And these little guys here are pockets. They're shaped like that. And they are going to glue bang on to the edge. Now I suggest not gluing right up to the top there and giving yourself, my glue's gone silly, look at that, giving yourself the narrowest seam that you can get away with, particularly on the sides. And I'm not going right up to the top. I'm going to give myself that little bit of breathing space because they're little spaces. So you're going to stick one of those on, making sure that it doesn't impinge on your hinge. And the same on the other side. And I have inked these. So another little seam of glue all the way around, not going right up to the top there. Stick that one on, again, not impinging on the hinge. And that's a simple little purse. I haven't designed a closure for that one. We could always rig something up, or my idea was it's just going to stay closed in the folio. It's going to be squashed amongst other things and it'll learn to behave and stay closed. And when your glue is dry, you've got 2 coins to go on each side, and they're little tabs, little writing spaces. They're sweet, aren't they? Right, let's move on again. I'm quite excited for this one. I think this is so pretty, and I love an axolotl, especially a pink one. And I did have a think about hermit crab to go inside this shell, but when I came to make it up and look at it, they're not the prettiest of things, and I didn't want to gross anybody out with the reveal of this little naked crab coming out of a shell. So I've chosen axolotl, and he is going to just live in there and just peep out. Isn't he cute? Let's ink him up. My daughter's often haranguing me for an axolotl. The answer is a very firm no. They're quite difficult to look after, apparently. Right, so let's pop him in here and see how he's looking. What we want to do here is make a pocket, but obviously allow space for the axolotl to slide in and out. And he is going to poke his little head out just a little bit, and that's fine. So there's the crease there. I'm just going to glue a narrow seam of glue with my little axolotl in place so I can see where I need to stop gluing, and I'm going to stop gluing there and give him lots of room to go in and out. And I'm just going to glue that closed. That's really cute. I might end up doing a little bit more actually. I don't want him waggling about too much and falling out. Go on, we can afford to go a little bit higher. So just place your axolotl in there and you'll see how much, and you can get a cat hair in there as well if you want to. See how much you've got to play with. There we go, and I'm going to take my little guy out because I don't want to accidentally glue him in place. There's my little axolotl peeping out of his little shell, and obviously he's a little writing space as well. Our little bottle of shells is quite simply a nice little folding tag. Pretty little thing. There we go, we're just going to fold that in half. That's that piece done. Let's have a look at these guys. Now these guys are going to fold in half. I haven't actually trialed this and I don't know which way I'm going to do it round, but I think I'll start with a mermaid, with a seahorse at the front. So all I'm concerned with now is folding these guys in half. They're not the same, so it's not going to match up. And all I need to know is that I'm matching the bottom up with the bottom and folding in between, as far as I'm able, the two seahorses either side of my proposed fold, and that should work just fine, just like that. And these are our little ocean friends that open up to form this nice little display piece that stands up quite nicely, and then you've got this big writing space on the back there as well, and that's as simple as that is, just a nice little bit of foldage. Right, let's move on to the mermaids, and we've got two mermaids, we've got two backs and two fronts, so it'll be quite obvious which is which. Now my plan for these is to glue them together, and I think what I'm going to do is glue down to about the waist on this one anyway. Let's trial this. We'll see how we go. I'll start just above the waist because I can always go a little bit more if I want to. A little bit of glue on the back. Stick our girl on the top. There we go. Now my plan for this is not to have them standing up. There is a technique where you can glue half and then you can just open this bottom bit a little bit, like I did with my little barn animals, and they will stand up. But she's obviously not going to stand up because she's not straight. She's got an angled tail. So my idea for this little girl here is a little bit of whimsy because she's two-sided, but she will also behave as a bookmark or a page marker for you, like that. This other one we'll treat in the same way, but this one I'm just going to glue the top, about the top third. So go with whichever kind of level of gluing you want to, because she will then sit, I'll get her in the middle, she will then sit a lot further down. So you've got one, just to show you, like I say, you can do what you want with yours. I'm going on a bit of an wobbly. There we go. So one will sit up higher than the other as a little page marker or a bookmark. So there are little mermaids. And there we go. That is the kit complete. Very simple, very straightforward, really pretty. And we can load everything. Hello, little axolotl friend. He lives just peeping out like that. I really like him. We've got our 2 mermaids. And we've got our little purse of ocean themed coins here. And that fits in there as well. And we can do a little bit of decoration. There's the closure, works really nicely. We've got a couple of options for titles. You've got Song of the Sea, I really like that actually, Ocean Friends, and The Little Mermaids. I'm going to use Song of the Sea, I like that. It's funny, isn't it? I talk about it as if somebody else had designed it when I'm saying, oh, isn't that lovely? It's kind of, it's as new to me as it is to you in a way. And then afterwards I worry, I think, oh my goodness, am I blowing my own trumpet? Am I being all egotistical? But I'm actually not. I'm really just enjoying the loveliness of these images. Song of the Sea, I like that a lot. And I've got a couple of stars here. I quite like one of those on the edge. Pop you on there. Do I want another one? Is that overkill? Yeah, just go for one. There we are. So we're done. It's complete. Oh, you could put, remembering you can't glue over that slit there because you need access to be able to close it. For your little closure to nestle inside there. So I might stick this one on. The Little Mermaids. And I did check I wasn't breaking any copyright with me my title, Little Mermaids, and I'm not, so there we go. And I've got a couple more stars, so let's stick those on just to decorate this page here. There we go, folks. That'll do. I'm happy. It's finished. It looks really, really lovely. Nice little bit of whimsical gifting for you there. Have lots and lots of fun. I hope if you gift this, your recipient really loves it. Whether you give it to them blank or written all over with your memories of them, it's all good. Have fun, my loves. I will see you next time.